This is a copy of my brand new children's book, The Miraculous Busy Billy. And this story details where a bee named Billy is pretty much faced with a lot of criticism in his hive. This is my dedication here to my grandmother and also to all the young kids out there that are going through similar situations that Billy has gone through. And pretty much he has been able to develop and maintain a strong spiritual connection with the Most High, which he has joked and mocked for. But it's by way of this connection, when the beaver hive is in trouble, it's Billy who has to step in to save the day. And he does that by, like I said, asking the angels to forgive everyone in his beehive. And he also brings others to spirituality as well, to pray just as he's done. So I feel this is a great book that will encourage and inspire children to continue to being their most authentic selves and being faithful and obedient to the Most High when faced with adversity. This is a great and positive read for your children, a great way to introduce spirituality to them. So make sure you go ahead and check out my book. It's available on Amazon for purchase via my website and my YouTube. Thank you, and I hope you and your kids enjoy. Be blessed. Okay, hello my divine kings and queens. I'm back to do another video. God wants you to know that slow and steady always wins the race in the end. That process in being on the path to salvation, in the beginning, it probably didn't look to you like it's promising, right? Because whenever you choose to dedicate your life to the Lord, it's like that, being on this path, it can become very difficult because it's the path least traveled, right? There's not a lot of people signing up and jumping at the opportunity to be on this path. And initially, when you start on this path, for a lot of you, things were moving very slow because things were going slow in your life at a period in a time that you were losing a lot in your life. People laughed at you. They laughed and saw you fall into this hole. They saw you fight to try to climb your way up out of this hole, but nobody had the resources. No one stepped out and tried to help you get out of this hole, right? But they all laughed at you. You had to rebuild that structure. You had to rebuild certain foundations that had to crumble, right? Because you had the wrong mindset. You had the wrong people around you. So all that had to get cleared away. You being on this path, it's like everything hits you in the beginning. You were being joked, you were being bullied, you were being discriminated against, you were being judged. But what a lot of people didn't realize is pain came before power. Heartbreak came before healing. Betrayals came before blessings. Right? Those struggles had to happen first before you encountered the success that you encountered in the end, because of all the losses that you had to experience. But these losses led to major gains and victories in your life. You ever watch those slow burn movies where it starts out, you don't even understand what's happening, but eventually as you keep watching, the plot thickens, right? So that's what happened with you being on this path. It was a slow burn, and once you cleared out certain people, you understood what it is that you needed to do, and you moved fearlessly, you moved graciously, you moved being humble, right? That's when things started to work out for you. Doorways started to open up for you. Opportunities started to be presented to you that got you to where you are today. It's at that moment that you reach that peak of you going through all this stress and all this hell that you feel like there is no way out. God saw a way in. In that period that you didn't see a way out, God saw a way into your life. He saw a way in to make things better. Trying to do it your way, it was not working. And trying to see the good in certain people who kept showing you who they were, it was not working. The devil also felt like when you was on this path as well, on that path of destruction, that he had you right where he wanted you to be. For a lot of you, you thought that the streets was going to be beneficial to you. You thought going out there and being on this path of destruction, that it was going to lead to some benefits for you. But when after you put in everything that you possibly could, and you saw that this wasn't leading nowhere, it didn't grow to be fruitful for you, you said, if I'm gonna put in work and I'm gonna lose anything, I'd rather be on this path of salvation where I know that it's gonna pay off for me and be beneficial for me in the end, because I'm gonna learn lessons I'm going to learn how to overcome certain situations that I'm in, and it's going to lead to progress, victory, and success in my life. It always happens this way. The people that do you dirty, it always be the ones that need you the most in the end. They laughed at your faith, judged you for trying to just hold on and become positive, you know, in your situation that you was in. I always say that when God has a plan for you, not understand in the beginning why you have to lose out on certain things and why certain people treated you the way that they did, why the struggle was so just unbearable. In the end, the plans that God has for you, once you see them through, you understand why everything played out the way that it did in your life. These people that chose the path of destruction is realizing that there's no loyalty amongst thieves. There's no understanding or compromising amongst the ignorant. All chose to say what they said about you, chose to hurt you. They chose to come up against you in a way where they felt you wasn't like what they wanted for you. They put you in that mindset. They did, because I just said, you all, for some of you, you were thinking like there was no way out, and that's where they wanted you, but they didn't understand that in you seeing no way out, God saw a way in. So whereas the enemy thought that they had you right where they wanted you to be, God actually say, no, you're right where I want you to be, because it's in this moment you feel that there's no way out, that I see a way in to have you fully focused and dependent upon me, so I can take you where it is that I need you to be. Like, they laughed because things was going slow for you in the beginning and things were moving fast for them. But they didn't realize, and this is why I always say, be mindful and careful of how you talk about a person when you're up. Because in a split second, you could lose everything of what you've built, especially if it was built on a faulty foundation because of how you acquired these things, right? It was like a complete stop happening in these people's lives. And that same hole that they was once laughing at you for falling into, these people actually ended up falling into this hole. You had God on your side. God is really teaching these people a very hard lesson. You sit up here and you come against my anointed and my chosen ones. You sit up here and you go against my children. If you all can sit up here and group up together to go against a person who's trying to get on their divine path and fulfill their calling and step into their purpose, since you all can group up together and concoct a plan to go up against this person, you all are going to suffer together. It got to the point where they were ahead of you, kept looking back and laughing at how things were moving slow for you, kept looking back and looking at how things weren't working out for you, kept looking back and kicking you while you were down. But then they reached a hard stop up in their life, and it's when they reached that hard stop that the thing about moving slow, before I get to that, the thing about moving slow, why God wants you to always be humble in every stage and every age of your life, right? There's something that you have to learn in going through certain struggles in your life, certain upheavals in your life. And it's a mindset that he wants you to have. That mindset is, don't talk about a person. Don't treat a person in a way of which you wouldn't want to be treated yourself, especially if you don't know what these people are going through. There was a positive outcome to be had once you stepped on this path. You didn't realize that. You didn't see it in the beginning because, like I said, it's like you were losing everything left and right. You were calling upon him. He wasn't making things happen. Things weren't happening for you. They weren't moving forward. You were being laughed at for what you believed in. You know, they talking about, oh, God this, so God got them out broke. So God gave them that job. They don't know what they talking about. They crazy. But your life showed that everything that you were saying was true, that God truly is real. So this didn't look like this was going to pay off for you being on this path, but you stayed the course. You moved slow. You stayed humble. And it's in moving slow that you was able to overcome the enemy's attacks. You were able to sidestep any obstacles that were placed on your path to see you back to where you started. You get me what I'm saying? Because you moved what? Slow and steady. You were able to see these pitfalls. You was able to see these holes, see these ditches. People moving fast, they didn't see anything. They just couldn't even see the path before them because they was too busy looking back, trying to judge and laugh at you. You know, there ain't no loyalty amongst thieves, is it? Ain't no compromising with the ignorant. Ain't no succeeding with the selfish. Everything of which they dealt out, they got back. But not in the beginning being on that path. They got it towards the tail end. You was getting all this stuff in the beginning, prepare you for what you was going to experience in the end, which was blessing and favor. But he wanted you aware and alert at all times. It's an ongoing battle of attacks that you have to stay prayed up to be able to overcome. So when you got to the point where you finally caught up with these people, down your nose at these people, you just stepped over the hole. These people wanted you to get them out of the hole, to get them out of these messes that they very well got themselves into, but didn't have any sympathy or care in the world about all the hell that they were causing in your life. I told you in the most humblest way, you can feel sorry for them, you can pray for them, but you cannot help them. They did see you continue to make forward progression, and that nothing that they was sending your way was working for you. It's like they were purposely trying to do things and turn it up so that you would fail. But you move slow and steady, and you move with God. Evil will never prevail over what's good. And that's what a lot of people are realizing and doing what they did. They were laughing at you, but you laughing all the way to the bank because you made it to the end and you won. They were fake. They left you behind, so gave you no choice but to leave them behind. They folded. But now you winning, and now you goated. You know, I always say, like I said, you carry this with you everywhere you go. Slow and steady always win the race, because when you do things in divine order, when you move with integrity, when you do what it is that God is calling you to do, things will always work out in your life. You may not get it when you want to get it. Like I say, God may not show up when you want him to show up, but he'll show up when it's time. It's like they have no choice but to eat these words. They take back the things that they ever said, but feel sorry for the things that they've done to you, because you're the one who ended up overcoming all this mess that they tried to send your way. And it's like, for everything that you were able to accomplish, people may have said, you know, oh, if they could do it, anybody could do it. It ain't nothing special about whatever school they went to, or whatever degree they got, or whatever it is that they've been able to accomplish in their life. If they could do it, I could do it too. They realize that it ain't so easy to do it. Trying to perform balancing acts in your life, when you're balancing out this evil, balancing out losses, balancing out heartbreak, balancing out betrayals, and in the midst of going through all this opposition and all of this adversity, you still yet have to keep your mind focused on the path going forward, which is trying to make your life better, either financially, emotionally, or what have you. Taking care of your kids, paying the bills, going to work. It's not easy to perform balancing acts in your life, and still on top of that, be in your right mind and be strong enough to encounter and endure the trials and tribulations in your life. But by the grace of God, you was actually able to get through this, because you listened when he told you this is what's going to lead to everything that you've ever wanted. You were on that path of destruction because you thought you was accepted on that path. You thought you was loved on that path. But God had to show you, you just like me. But I know you're not going to see it if I reveal it to you. So I got to wash my hands. I got to lift my hands, and I got to let you go through it. But it's only temporary that you're going to go through this, because I always have plans of lifting you up and getting you through and taking you where I need you to be. The enemy thought he had a hold on you, but God had a plan for you. And it was to see you through to this next phase and cycle of your life. You didn't know what was going to come your way. See, that's the thing about having faith. You were going through a living hell, and you had no help. That's the thing, you had no help. But see, the very same things that these people were saying that you did not have, you're realizing you never needed it from the start to get to where you are today. Because see, all of this is what you're realizing is, I did this just me and God. Me and God fighting all these battles. It was just me and God overcoming all this evil. It was just me and him. You realize you didn't need fake friends to get to the bag. You didn't need fake friends, so like, you didn't need fake family to get to the bag. You didn't need fake family to experience victory in your life. Fake lovers to get to the bag. You didn't need fake lovers to experience a victory in your life. All you needed was who? Thank you. These people ain't gonna know what to say. Some of them, they done said so much, and you done took so much, and you done stayed too long to the point they don't know what to say at this point. They don't know. They don't have anything. You know, and some of these people really need you. The dirtiest thing that they've ever did to you. These are the people who are trying to make their way back, figure out if they can make their way back. These are the people who need you. Somebody gonna help them, but it ain't gonna be you. That somebody can be God, be whoever it is that they entrusted, whoever it is that they had loyalty to, that they made a priority, can help them. You cannot help them. People had a hand in attacking you. And if they didn't attack you, they sat back and knew it was going to happen and then stopped it. That could be verbal attack, tagging your name, and them not even saying. It could take something so simple, even if you still have respect for the person who are spewing these nasty things out their mouth, right? The simplest thing that can be said is, hey, listen, we can talk about anything. We can go do anything. But that topic, that name, I don't want it to be brought up. Now, that's neutral. That's not necessarily sticking up for you, but it's not necessarily sitting up here and checking these people and putting them in their place. It's just saying, let's not mention this person. Let's not talk about them like that. If you think about what they've done, and it's going to be these people, up to 4 people that really need your help. I'm talking about financially. They are, like I said, they wanted you to be up in that hole, and now they in that hole. That hole can be a hole of debt, a hole of spiritual warfare. You wasn't going to forfeit your blessings or your destiny. So you did what he told you to do. When you come across it, you go over that hole and you keep pushing forward. They laughed and did too much. Your life and everything that you went through is going to show and help people see, like, God truly do exist. And not only that, like, everything that you went through, there was no way that you could have gotten through it had you not had help. And when they go down the list and they say, well, you sure didn't have family help because family wasn't for you. I don't even like saying that word, because for a lot of you, these people who you were tied to by generational bloodlines, these people had no loyalty for you. They had no respect for you at all. And the majority of them had a hand in trying to sidestep you, trying to joke you, trying to be funny, being ignorant, being whatever it is that they wanted to be. But like I said, they're realizing that all of that didn't get them anywhere. It didn't pay a bill. It didn't help them overcome anything. It actually set them back even further, or kept them stuck in life. Whether it be stuck spiritually, being stuck mentally, being stuck financially, wherever the case may be, it didn't progress them or move them forward. It kept them stuck, or it set them back. They know. They procrastinate. The things that they thought they got away with, the things that they did when they felt no one was watching, these are the things that they're thinking of. Y'all living rent-free on these people's minds, I'm telling you. They can't get over that. The plans that they made, the plans that they had, the intentions that they had for you, the things that they did when they felt no one was watching, the things that they said to other people when they felt no one was listening. I know for some of you, y'all probably didn't see this movie, but in the second It, with that clown, discover what they needed to do and coming together and sticking together, right? That they were able to overcome this evil clown. And it grew from being this big thing, you know, it was able to shape shift. They were able to kill this clown by sticking together, coming together and coming at it, and it just kept decreasing, it just kept decreasing, right, in size. And it got so small, and it's so sad, you know, it's like you see his face look completely different, right? And the way, like, the eyes, like, I look at everything, right? It's like, I'm dead. I know they're gonna kill me. Like, it's over. Oh my gosh, like, this is truly it for me. And I think either it was holding on to it, it's definitely, like, they had to take his heart out. Eventually what happened, they took his heart out, and it deteriorated, and all the broken pieces just flew away, right? So that clown was able to manipulate people, right, and take people's weaknesses and secrets that they thought they had and use it against them. I mean, they knew what they were doing. This clown knew what he was doing. He didn't care. He didn't care how he had to lie to get his next meal. He didn't care what kid, or he was doing it to kids too. So I'm telling you, these people that you encounter are very evil. And nothing about them was good. They weren't good for you. When you think that you are unable to beat this evil or overcome it, right? It's in that moment that God showed you what you have to do. And so he showed you how to stand in your power, how to move forward with grace and humility. And that's what's going to help you overcome. When they go low, you go high. Present themselves to you. You ain't got to cuss them out. You ain't got to say nothing. You just ain't have to help them. And you can say, look, I'll say a prayer for you. Because these people are very evil and did not think that they would end up in that hole. So if a person didn't think they was going to end up there, so they never thought they would have to turn back or either give you an apology or come back to ask you for your help. So that means however they did you, wherever they left you, they had no remorse as long as they got to where they wanted to be. Like that clown, it was like these people know it ain't no hope for them unless they continue to give people the bullet that they're going to use to load the gun and shoot you. It may very well give them the last bullet that they need to take you out. You don't sit here and keep giving to a person that's not going to keep giving you. You don't keep giving people opportunities and chance after chance to destroy and ruin your life. You wash your hands clean of the situation and you give it over to God. Because I'm telling you, a lot of people laughed till it wasn't funny no more because they had to see that you were the one that ended up surpassing them, and you're the one who's going to get to the end, and you're the one who's going to get everything that it is that you've ever asked for, that you've ever manifested, that you've ever prayed for. Because you stayed humble and you had a good heart. You've seen a lot of people around you that were not for you. There were a lot of people around you that were not good to you. There were a lot of people around you that could have given you a hand, and instead of giving you a hand, they all sat around and watched you struggle, and they judged you. They did not think that you were going to get through, and for a lot of you, you did not see a way out, but it's in you not seeing a way out that God saw a way into your life, and he had you right where he wanted you to be, and he laid out for you the path that was going to get you to where you wanted to be. He delivered you from this path of destruction, got you off of this path of destruction, and placed you on this path of salvation. And even though in the beginning there were a lot of things that were not working out and coming to you fast enough, in the end, when he started bringing things your way, it was God's speed. It was nothing that nobody could do to stop you. All that had to occur in the beginning, so that after that it would be a smooth road for you. You didn't need none of these people to get to where you needed to be, because the only two people that was on that path that got you to the end, it was you and God. That's it. Be glad that he favors you and that he loves you, because if he did not, you would not be here today. You wouldn't have made it through. I'm telling you, you wouldn't have made it through. These people were throwing stones at you, hiding their hand, throwing stones at you, jealous at the fact that you made it through all that evil and that they became stuck in it. They became stuck in that evil. You overcame that evil. And it was throwing things your way, trying to send things your way because they were jealous. They were mad at how life turned out for them. But their life turned out the way that it did because of the choices that they made. Slow and steady always win the race. They may have laughed at you, but you get the last laugh in the end. And for some of you, like I said, it's just a saying. And for a lot of you, you're so humble, you're not even going to laugh at these people. You're actually going to feel really bad for them. You're going to feel really bad because they're about to go through it. They're going to go through it. These people are spiritually attacking you. And I say that, like I said, I don't sugarcoat nothing. I don't hold nothing back. You know that when you're on this path, people do crazy things. They do evil things. They do things of which they think will work. But like I tell you, they got on that path of destruction, and now there is no way out for them. For some. See, you thought there was no way out, but there was a way out. You was thinking, your mind, your judgment, it was clouded, but God shows you there is a way out of your situation. You didn't do nothing wrong. Because you would have brought these people with you had they played their cards right, had they treated you right. But like I said, you know, for a lot of people who tried to say things like, I don't know, I couldn't do it, I couldn't go that long and maybe not do this and not have sex, I couldn't not be without somebody to go travel with or talk to. It's like, it's because you had that strength to go through that and deal with that. That made you who you are today, that made you stronger, that made you wiser, that got you these opportunities that were coming your way. For a lot of these people that oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. This is why, like I said, when things don't work out the way that they want it to work out, they have to think back on the things that they weren't willing to do, the things that they weren't willing to change. You're not codependent. You went through all these things and you got on your healing journey. And it's because you got on your healing journey that you saw things differently. You didn't harbor any bitterness about you because you knew that was going to hold you back had you done that. You said, you know what, I learned a valuable lesson from encountering these people. I'm glad that I did. I'm glad that I went through the things that I went through because it have me thinking completely different now. It actually woke me up to, you know, how people can be and in realizing my own strength and who I am. Some of you had to embark on a journey in rediscovering yourself. Like, oh, hold on, if I'm strong enough to overcome this, I can overcome anything. I can do anything. I will not move with fear. God does not give me the spirit of fear. People want what look good. They want all these things. And like I said, the devil thought that he had you where he wanted you. His whole mission was to break you down. Oh, so you think that you're gonna get money by believing in God? You think you're gonna get money by talking about God? I can get you quick money right here. I can get you money right here. You could go do this and get some money, come up on some quick cash right here. You didn't conform, you transformed. That God stuck with you and he saw you through on that path to salvation. A lot of these people, like I said, they're gonna go through it, and for a lot of you, you're not gonna laugh at them. You're actually, and I know you're saying right now, I'm not about to pray for them, and if you're saying that, I feel that I have not done my job. If at this point and at this stage you're still saying you're not going to pray for these people, I have not done my job and I have not gotten through to you. But it's okay. We still got time. You don't have to have sympathy in being a fool. But you can love these people from a special place in your heart so that you're not harboring resentment. But you're not going to be a fool for them again and give them an opportunity to screw you over again. They have to suffer and understand that you don't do that. They have to go through some things and understand how to treat people the way that you want to be treated. But understand, you don't use people, you don't lie on people, you don't betray people, you don't throw people's name up under the bus. If you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. These people have to go through certain things just like you had to go through certain things. If you didn't need them to get to where you are, it's not a problem that you don't have them in your life today, because for a lot of you, these people needed to get cleared out your life so that the right people can enter your life. It was a slow process, it was a painful process, but you're here. Pray for these people because they're going to need you. They're going through it right now as we speak. Once they knew, I feel for some of them, they knew and they tried to sidestep God. They knew they was going to go through something. It was really going to shake up things in their life. So they said, you know, if I can hold on to this person and seeing how God loved them, so they don't believe in God. But like I said, oh, you know, they talk about God and I see how their life turned out. So God must love them. Whoever they talk about must love them. If I keep them in my life and that they're ordained and anointed and blessed to be on, to achieve certain things in this lifetime is in my life. They're not gonna, because if I get hurt, they get hurt. If I get bruised, they get bruised. And if it's not holding on to you, then it's receiving something from you. But no more, because they didn't know how to appreciate you and do right by you. And a lot of these people purposely threw you down in that hole to get you out of the picture, to get you out of their life. They showed you their colors, that they did not like you, they did not appreciate you, they did not love you, they did not have your best interests at heart. And I'm telling you, they are feeling it now. And you know what you went through, it's like these people are realizing and going back and reflecting on the things that they said and how they didn't help you. And they're saying, what kind of person does that make me if I sit up here and I laughed and this person was going through some real struggles in their life that could have really took them out? Sitting up here wearing the same clothes or wearing the same shoes or not looking the same or losing weight or gaining weight, whatever the case may be. It's like these people said some real foul things about their mouth. And the whole time, you was just trying to balance out things in your life with no help. But you held your own. We all have a choice. You could have at any given point in time said, getting rid of these addictions or trying to be positive or talk positive is too much. It's too much to give up lying. Too much to give up gossiping. Too much to give up being promiscuous. Too much to give up narcotic. You could have said at any given time, that's too much for me. But you didn't. You fought through it, and whatever you felt like you couldn't fight through, like I said, you thought that there was no way out. God saw a way in, and you asked him for help and guidance. You can see a way forward with losing everything and everything moving so slow. But once it started to pick up, you was like, I see now what he was trying to show me. I see now what the Most High was trying to show me. I see now what he meant by slow and steady always wins in the end. And the foundation that you've been able to build for yourself now, it cannot be easily broken. Everyone had to see you in this building process. Everyone had to see you in this birthing process. Everyone had to see you in this releasing process. Everyone had to see you go through this painful process. You're inspiring about change in a lot of people's lives, even those who went up against you. you've inspired some type of change about these people in the way that they think, the way that they move, the way that they live their life. It came at a cost of your heart. It came at a cost of a lot of things that you've had to endure. But the positive side of it that I feel God wants you to see is, I had plans still yet of getting you here. But in encountering these people and you being on their path, that was God's way of giving these people a chance to change their ways. You may not understand it. Like I said, for a lot of you, you dismissed when I said, oh, you're going to pray for these people. Because in some way, these people are going to be sick when they see you make it. And they, like I said, that unrecognizable favor that's going to be over your life, how you're going to be looking, how you're going to be living, and they see where they're about to be. I'm telling you, you are going to pray for these people. Because you know that you would have gotten where you are had it not been for the help of, had you not had the support of, and had not God showed you mercy. Because a lot of you was on that path of destruction. So whatever it is that you was doing, he believed in you too to give you a chance to change. A lot of people, when they move the way that they move, they don't care, they don't think, they don't take the time to self-reflect until they're in a situation where they have no choice. That's where these people are about to be. See, the devil don't play. Like I said, they thought they was getting something. They thought it looked good. They thought it was hot. They thought it was popping. They thought it was cool. They thought they was stomping on you, stomping on your toes, laughing at you about what you lost. I told you things was moving slow. Things was picking up, going so fast. They got that quick money, right? Whatever they did. Till the devil came to collect. You let that devil use you, it's going to come at a cost. You let God use you, it's going to come at a cost. But which cost are you willing to pay? It's what's going to determine your outcome. You willing to go ahead and pay the cost to be on the path of destruction? Or you willing to pay the cost to be on the path of salvation? Which one going to pay out for you well in the end? You decide. These people decided, and they paying the cost now. It's crazy and it's sad, is the one that they did the dirtiest. Like it was hate for you. Yet, when they end up buying, you're the first person that come to their mind. It don't work that way no more. Now, they wish they would have never done that. You are a blessing. You stand to be positive force in people's lives. There's nothing negative about you. Ain't no bad bone in you, man. Ain't nothing about you that's rotten. You just made some bad choices that led to some bad, unfavorable outcomes in your life, but you learned from it. These people is just truly rotten to the core. And unfortunately, they have to pay for that. God is leading you to major victory in your life. You got to the end. And now prepare for this new cycle. That's this new doorway that's going to open up, that's going to present a new level of opportunities for you. I'm proud of you. Be proud of yourself. Continue to spread peace, love, and light everywhere you go. Hold your head up high. Never let nobody see you sweat. Slow and steady. Always win the race. Until next time, y'all stay prayed up and be blessed.